Hello, my name for the sake of this story is Raven. When this happened, I was only 15 years old, and it's the most scared I've been in my entire life. Everyone hears the scary stories of psychos and madmen and think this could not happen to me. I'm in a good neighborhood, I know everyone that lives around me. They are all so nice. I hope this story can help you change your perspective a little bit. Me and my family live in an average suburb area. All of our neighbors were old and retired. They were all super nice and we had known them for many years. In the last year, the neighbors across the street had gotten sick and had to be put in a nursing home. So their middle-aged son moved in. He was a nice man and my mom had talked to him on multiple occasions. Let's call him Mike. So one day, me and my family got home from the store and were waiting in the car as my mom checked her phone. I was looking around and caught sight of Mike standing across the street, half naked and yelling at a car. I assumed he was just drunk, so I let my mom know. She turned around and then her eyes widened in shock. She told us to stay in the car while she went over to check it out. She walked over to confront him but stopped short. He wasn't drunk nor high. She could tell, but completely out of it all the same time. Yelling at people and cussing up a storm. My mom told me and my siblings to go inside the house before she went to talk to him, so obediently we did as she said. Shaking all the way, we watched horrified from the window as she walked towards him. I saw her talking to him, but he just started walking towards her. My mom yelled over and over again, "Hey, go home." Then, after a terrifying moment, he turned around back towards his house. My mom started walking back towards the house, but suddenly the man whipped around and started stomping towards her, fists out, ready to strike. Me and my siblings screamed for my mom to watch out and turn around, and luckily she did at the right time. She had to yell at him again, walking backwards towards the house, never taking her gaze off him a second time. She made it back to the house and we all sat down. Wondering what to do, we had an elderly neighbor next door. So my mom, always the hero type, decided to risk going back outside to warn her. We all begged her not to, but she didn't listen. She walked hurriedly towards my neighbor's house, once again leaving me and my siblings alone. We watched her leave from the window, but as we did, he spotted us watching him and started stomping off in our direction. My brother called the police and me and my sister hid upstairs, continuing to watch from the upstairs window. Luckily, he didn't come any closer. He was back outside his house, punching the side of his garage, and still yelling at every passing car, threatening them. About a half hour later, our mom had come back safely, and we were all still nervously waiting to see what happened. We decided to distract ourselves by watching some TV. Then, out of the blue, the doorbell rang. My mom went to answer it, brandishing a bat as protection. Luckily, it was only the pizza man. Apparently, a friend had ordered us some surprise pizza. She was about to take the pizza from the guy, but then we heard my brother scream. He pointed out the door, past the pizza man to the pizza man's car. Mike had gotten the back of the car open and was destroying all the stuff in the car. The pizza man ran at him shouting, but Mike took the pizza and stomped off. We apologized to the man and he locked up his car, but stayed around to see what was going on. My mom tried once again to talk to Mike, but he threw the pizza at the ground and stomped towards her again, brandishing his fists, ready to attack her. It took both my mom and the pizza guy to ward him off this time. The pizza man replaced our order with a new pizza, and my family decided to eat. We shared some nervous laughs and tried our best to remain calm. The police car started arriving around 7:30. My family decided to stand outside and tell them what happened. As more squad cars rolled up, a group of neighbors were gathering around. Apparently, we were not the only ones to have called the police cops, because about 7 police cars rolled up, including a big transport truck with an ambulance or two. It was like being in a real life suspense movie. Some officers busted down the door and went into Mike's home. A few minutes later, one called out for reinforcements. Everyone was so scared, even with all the cops there. It took 6 cops to drag Mike out of his home in handcuffs, him screaming and struggling all the way. It took even more cops to restrain him enough to get in the transport vehicle. Finally, the horror was over and we were safe. The cars all left and pulled away, and we thanked them for their help. We later found out that Mike had gone to jail instead of a hospital because he assaulted a police officer and hurt them. And now I'm just left thinking, that could have been my mom or one of us. It turns out he had a complete mental break and had gone insane. We never saw him again. Just remember, guys, this could happen to literally anyone. So always be careful, especially around your neighbors. This happened last November. I'm a college student and I get a bus every day to a station near my college. On this particular day, I caught a bus with 2 girls I'm friends with. Let's call them Mary and Ellie. Ellie bought her boyfriend. We'll call him Zach. I sat with Mary 3 rows from the back. Ellie and Zach sat in the back row. Few minutes later, a strange man sat in the row in front of us and demanded me to give my student card, which allows me to travel on buses for free. I refused. He tried this with a few others. Zach stood up and asked the driver to kick the man out of the bus. The driver did so. When the bus started moving again, I looked out of my window and saw the man running at us. I've never seen the man since then, but I found out he used to go to our college. He got kicked out for some reason. Now he blames all students who go there. I don't think the man would have done anything bad, but it's an experience I will never forget.